Welcome to this weekly macro update, a video on the most recent economic data, central bank decisions, and a summary of our main macro views. The highlight this week is the monthly employment report in the US. Two main points to note here. First, the data suggest that the recovery in the labor market continues. Second, regarding the implications for monetary but also fiscal policy, we see no changes regarding the Fed's monetary policy outlook. We also predict that another round of fiscal stimulus to support the economy will be announced soon. Now, looking at the latest report, the most spectacular statistics in the data is the decline in the U3 unemployment rate to a level of far below 9%. The broader U6 unemployment rate also declined. While we note that the August level is far below the internal forecasts of the Fed, we do not see any changes in Fed policy. A couple of reasons show that the headline statistics are indeed hiding continued weaknesses in the US labor market. For one, we see that a large part of new positions filled correspond, in fact, to people that were temporarily laid off during the earlier lockdown period. They are now coming back to their jobs. A second point is the fact that the number of permanent job losses rose strongly by more than 530,000 people. Overall, for us, the data suggest that more stimulus is needed. The healing in the US labor market from the crisis is not finished. As to the policy implications, we continue to predict that the Fed will do more, not less, while more fiscal stimulus is also forthcoming. Now, looking at other data, we saw the final PMI readings out of Euroland for the services sector. One main takeaway from this survey is the fact that country divergences widen. While the overall levels signal a midsummer slowdown in economic activity, the slowdown is more marked in France, and surveys suggest even a return into contraction territory in both Italy and Spain. In other data, while inflation in Switzerland remains weak, indeed core CPI prices are 0.4% lower this August compared to last year, we note some strong housing data reported out of the UK. Indeed, home building firm Nationwide reported solid house price growth in August, with current price levels near 16-year highs. In the Asia-Pacific region, the political agenda will be dominant in Japan, where a new prime minister will become known on September the 16th. In China, meanwhile, economic data are encouraging. Indeed, the rebound in export activity continues, in particular shipments to the US but also to ASEAN countries. While looking at Chinese imports, though, from the US, it remains clear that current levels remain far below the trade deal negotiated earlier with the US. This could be another element for further trade frictions between these two economic powerhouses. Other data out of China, including private sector activity in services, are clearly encouraging. Now, as to this upcoming week, the highlights are clearly Thursday's ECB meeting. While we expect no changes in policy, we do expect the message to be extremely dovish. Thank you for your attention. Have a good week and see you next Wednesday.